All right, hello and welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Entrepreneurship. This is episode 3, and today we're going to be talking about founders, and your team, the people who you're going to be working with. So, if you remember, going back to episode 1, I started out by talking about the 3 most important things that go into making a successful startup. And the first thing I mentioned was making sure that you're surrounding yourself with the best people, that you're working with the best team. All right, so when looking at you and your co-founders, you almost want to take a real estate perspective, in the sense that you can change anything you want about your house, inside, outside, but you can't change the location. Okay, so when looking at a startup, right, you can change your idea very easily, and in fact, you're probably going to. Right, as I mentioned in the last 2 videos, it's a process, it's a journey. You're probably going to change your idea, but it's hard. It's very hard to change your co-founders, and a lot of startups' success depend on how well the co-founders are able to function together. All right, so when you are looking for your team and you're looking for the people who you want to work with, you generally want to look for about 2 to 4 people. Okay, you don't want to just work by yourself, because the moral workload of doing everything by yourself is going to be too much, and the physical workload is also going to be too much for you to handle just by yourself. So you generally want to find 2 to 4 people. They're probably not going to be your best friends, right? But you want to find 2 to 4 people who share the same passion that you have for your idea and for entrepreneurship, right? You want them to be passionate, and when you hit a rough patch, they're going to be able to use that passion that they have for your idea and for entrepreneurship as a whole to get past that and get through it. Okay, you also want co-founders who are going to put mission before margin. Okay, they're going to stay true to their values. They're going to stay true to all of your values and to the vision you originally had for your idea. All right, and another really important thing when looking for the right people to work with is persistence. Right, your company, your startup is probably going to fail eventually. It's going to fail at one point in time, and the only way you're going to get through that and learn from your mistakes is if you're persistent. Okay, if you're not persistent, and once you fail, you're not going to be able to get back up. Okay, it's a journey. As I've said, it's a learning experience. You need to learn from your mistakes, and in a sense, failure equals learning. So you need co-founders. You need the people around you to be persistent with you to get through the tough times and make your startup successful. Okay, so a couple other aspects that are really important when trying to find the right team, the right co-founders, is making sure that your co-founders have knowledge in their respective fields. Whether or not you have a tech startup, you're going to want someone who knows technology. Who knows technology. Maybe is a programmer or something like that. You want someone who's a good salesperson, right? Getting your first customer is unbelievably difficult. Selling your product is unbelievably difficult. So you want someone who's going to be knows sales, okay? But you want people who are knowledgeable, okay? Another aspect you look for as a team is that that you guys as a team are able to communicate well with each other, and that once again goes back to mission before margin and persistence, and just making sure that when you guys do hit a rough patch, you're able to talk with each other and get through it. Okay. Another key aspect, and actually something that's very important to look for, is diversity. Whether it's gender, age, you want different perspectives. You want conflicting perspectives in a way, not to cause argument, but just to get different views on your idea and different views on throughout the whole on the whole process. I think the last thing that's very important to have, whether it's just you specifically in the team or for the team as a whole, is to have a trusted advisor outside of your group of founders. And you want someone who you can rely on, who as I said, you trust and you feel comfortable getting help and taking advice from, because it might get to the point where it's too much for you and your founders to handle, or you just might not know what to do. You might you just don't have the experience or expertise yet to handle a certain situation. So it could be very helpful to have someone outside of your group who you all trust to give you advice in certain situations. All right, that's it for episode 3, and looking at your team and trying to pick the best co-founders for you and your company. All right, so from all of us here in Room South 221, once again, I'm Matt Salona, and stay classy, Richmond.